George's Bank scallops are now at Bonefish Grill. The George's Bank off the coast of New England is known for its amazing sea scallops, and Bonefish prepares them just right. Grilled to perfection over a wood fire and served atop creamy Parmesan risotto. And start the night off with our new handcrafted happy hour, every day from 4 to 6:30. Enjoy signature cocktails like our tropical tiki martini for just $5, and new bar bites like ahi tuna poke are just $6. So come in tonight and discover what's new at Bonefish Grill.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
I feel like everyone is exhausting is just like my underlying tagline of life.
Everyone is exhausting, don't at me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Basically. How was your week?
My week was pretty good.
We didn't even say hello. Hello.
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome, or whatever. I went to Champaign. I went to the Raw live show on Saturday with my friend Sarah, which was a lot of fun. I'd never been to just a live event before, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. And it was like the last time Charlotte was with them. It was the last time that Sami Zayn was touring with Raw. So it was cool to see that and like get to watch their like goodbye from that roster. It was just kind of nice.
What was your favorite match?
The tag match was really good. It was I'd never seen Jeff Hardy. I'd only ever seen Matt Hardy, and so that was cool. That was the one. I think they opened with that. It was great. It was them and the club and Sheamus and Cesaro and Enzo and Cass, and like I've seen them all wrestle a million times, but it was fun just to watch them like try new stuff.
Yeah,
like that's the exciting thing I guess about the live show. And Braun was there. I really enjoyed Braun being there. I knew that Roman was going to be there because I had read that he wasn't being taken off of the live events despite being tipped over in an ambulance for some reason. And then announcing on the show that he had broken ribs and a broken leg and internal injuries. And then like 4 days later I saw him at the show. But they like showed the package of that and everyone was like cheering. It was super exciting. And JoJo was like, due to the events you just saw, Roman will not be on the show. And everyone was like, hooray! And Braun came out and was like, fuck you, Roman, you're a bitch. And then Roman's music hit. And everybody exploded in boos. I was shocked, honestly, because all you ever hear is like, they cheer Roman at the live shows, and which is why he is the babyface. People were so angry. It was like, the small town marks were like, hey, he's fucking injured. What the hell? It was just this like immediate backlash. Also, all he had was like a wrap on his bicep, and he like wasn't limping. It was atrocious.
That's really funny.
It was so dumb. And
all the wraps were under his vest.
Yes, I guess that's true. We cannot see his underneath of his vest. He did spear Braun through a table, which was pretty cool. But like it wasn't even that people booed. Nobody even reacted. They were just like, ugh, fuck you. This is bullshit. So that was kind of my favorite part, to like get to just to like watch that shift. It was very interesting. The whole show was actually really good. I really enjoyed the whole thing. That was super fun. And other than that, the week was fine, I guess. I had an experience last week where I was on the train and I looked to my right and my garbage ex was standing next to me and I was like, holy God, don't ever look in my direction. And I managed to avoid him. And then today I was in my office and or in the CVS that's in the basement of my office, and I looked to my left and a different ex is standing next to me who I haven't seen in like almost a year. The guy who lived in the castle was just standing next to me.
Castle guy
was just standing next to me, and I was like, holy shit, I think that's this guy. And I heard him talk, and I was like, fuck, that is definitely this dude. And
he's the guy that was like, I want to be exclusive, and you were like, I was straight up with you, brah, bye.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like really upset when we broke up, because I really liked him. Right. I was like, this really blows. And I literally hadn't seen him since we broke up. Ooh. And so I was like, holy shit, I was paying, so I was like, get this shit out of here as fast as possible. Like, rounded my things up, and like, basically sprinted out of the store. I was
That's funny.
Ugh! But it's my work building, which means he fucking works in my building. Like,
I don't know. I've gone into buildings because I've just been out and been like, I Google like the closest CVS or the closest post offices, and it happens to be in one of those buildings.
That's true. I know he he's a freelance editor and he used to work from home, but all of his business meetings were downtown. I literally wouldn't be surprised if his business office is in my building, because it's a huge building.
Well, just bring a lucha mask to work and then wear it to and from work and anytime you leave your desk.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it fits your brand.
That's true. It does fit my brand.
I went to get coffee today and I looked up, and this guy who used to freelance work at my old terrible job also cheated on a casual friend of mine, like another burlesque dancer, but like I know that he cheated on her because like everyone knows that now. We both made eye contact and we both immediately looked down and we were like, we're not going to do this. I just stared at the baby and I was like, because like we were never friends, but it's like, I've sat next to you at a wedding before, bro. And like not only do you know that I quit this like job, and like it was just like, yep, nope. We both just were like, nope.
Ugh, gross. That is kind of nice though, that like social contract where you're like, absolutely not. Neither of us wants to be in this situation. Fuck this. Absolutely not.
No, thank you. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my original legit Bosch Sasha Banks shirt.
That's hard for you to say. You almost said it like Sasha Banks.
Being true to my character.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I like this shirt a lot, but it's like just a little too tight in the arms.
Yeah, that's the one that I bought.
I know.
And I was like, this is small.
It's very small.
I cannot wear this.
It's a very small shirt. It fits me kind of like skin. It's a very close cut to me, but it matches my yellow sweater. So I was like, I'm gonna wear this yellow sweater today. So it worked out well. What shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Stay Fearless Nikki Bella shirt for literally no reason other than I was like, I have to wear a wrestling shirt today, and it was the first one that I grabbed.
Yeah, I was gonna wear a dress today, and then I was like, oh, I can't do that. I want to wear this yellow though.
Yeah, I was like, that one fits me well and is like appealing.
We're both wearing V-necks, which we almost never do.
That's true. That's true.
So how was your week?
Well, let me see. Did anything happen to me during the week?
Well, let's see. Did anything happen? Oh, welcome, new listeners. This is your first episode.
I assume that there's at least a few new listeners. Yeah, so I wrote an article about Lana last week.
Yes, you did.
And then Lana vanity searched her name. It literally was just like a throwaway article. Like,
yeah, she probably has a Google alert for her name.
I know, it's just funny. It was just like, Gino asked me to write it. It went up like late that night. It was just like a fun like puff piece that turned into like one of the most trafficked pieces on the site during the day because Lana is, I don't want to use like ableist terms. Lana is tragic.
That was an excellent choice of words. You nailed that. Oh my god. Also, this happened after we recorded, before the show posted.
Yeah.
So
it was a weird...
It was like a weird time.
It went up Wednesday night, and our episodes obviously post Thursday, generally. So the article went up that night, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and my phone was like all crazy, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, maybe something happened, because I'll watch SmackDown Live if I can, but I usually wait to watch 205 Live the next day. I was like, maybe Austin Aries died. And everybody needs to tell me.
I feel like that is an accurate read, though. Like, if there was like a mass contacting, that makes sense.
And then I looked at it, and I was like, all these things. And then finally, I scrolled down, and I saw Lana, and I was like, oh, Lana. And then I went to my direct messages, and it was from Gino, and just said, Lana mad. And I was like, and it's not the first time Lana has vanity searched her name and come at me. So I was like...
that was what was so weird to me.
You know what's the weirdest thing about this whole thing? I am not blocked by Lana.
No, you're not. I can't believe she didn't block you the first time. I don't understand.
I think she doesn't want to block me because but even if she blocks me, she can read my stuff.
No, she can't. She would have to be out of her account.
I thought that you could read other people's stuff.
I mean,
I think they can't read yours, but...
I don't know. When like every time I block someone, it gives that gray screen that like all of their shit is hidden. That's how you block somebody.
I don't generally go back and look at people's feeds after I block them.
When people show up and it's that gray bar of the quote tweet is unavailable, I'm like, did I block this person or did this person block me?
That's really funny. Lana didn't like the article, and she
didn't.
since deleted them, and I didn't screen grab them because I didn't actually care that much. She basically was like, you're a horrible writer, you're a horrible dancer.
I read your pathetic article.
You can't wrestle. And I was like, bitch, I never even said I was a better dancer than you.
No, not at all.
I was just saying, from the perspective of somebody who kind of knows what I'm talking about, that was not good.
No.
Because, like, I can't do a peak turn. I can't do a very good grand battement. Like, Lana has better dance training than I do. Mm-hmm. I have natural rhythm. So it's just like a trade-off. Like, I can, like, naturally dance, and, like, I could learn to do a peak turn if I wanted to. Lana went through classes.
Yeah, oh, God. It was real bad. And, like, to be totally fair, your article, the first 2/3 of it were about the editing and how that was a huge part of the problem, that she's doing these head snaps that don't match up with the music, which isn't her fault because...
Right, and like, it was meant to be like a silly, like, puppy. Yeah. Like, yes, I am making fun of her and I am being like, you know, very dramatic in it. But at the end, I was basically like, look, she can clearly dance. She can't choreograph. This was a mess. She also probably can't wrestle. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because it feels very old school. It feels very diva-y. It feels like she's pretty. Mm-hmm. So let's put her in the spotlight.
It's the Emelina character.
There's also like no, except for that Emma can wrestle.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
And there's not, I don't know, to me it's just like, you were so good in this role. Like, why can't people just be satisfied being like a good valet or a good manager or a good, like, Paul Heyman's not like, I'm a wrestler. Like,
I mean, ECW was a time that existed.
Yeah. I know.
That's different. I mean, he was like the head booker, and that's a whole other
right. Too. And like, I mean, whatever. There are many examples. Vince McMahon being one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, what's wrong with just being like really good at your job?
Yeah, I know. I also feel like one of the very frustrating things to me about this Lana character is she can't have her Russian accent, right? Like, she's gonna drop her. They've wanted to drop her accent for a really long time. And this seems like the right time to do that.
Yeah.
Why not just change her name? Like, they change people's names all the fucking time. They just did Emma to Emelina.
What did we just call her off air?
Shit, Lana.
Yeah, do that. Anyway, she said a bunch of, like, mean things to me.
Yeah.
And basically called me, like,
unnecessarily mean.
Which... Honestly, when I saw the first tweet, I actually felt like a little bad. I was like, because it clearly struck a nerve, right? Like, she clearly saw the video and wasn't happy. Like,
yeah.
Which is fair. Like, if I had been dancing around and then I saw that video, I would have been like, wow, that was...
Yeah. And also
But, like, I feel like Lana could have been like, no to the top hat. But, like, whatever. But, so I did feel, like, my first genuine reaction was... I feel kind of bad. Like, I didn't write this silly puff piece as a personal attack, and I feel bad that, like, she read it this way. I, like, genuinely felt bad about it.
Right.
And then I saw the tweet where she was like, you're fat, and I was like, I feel less bad now.
Yeah.
I don't feel, like, and a bunch of people, which I really appreciate, were nice, and they, like, DM'd me or added me, and they were like, you're beautiful, this, like... I want everyone to know, at no moment did I feel bad about myself. Which I guess maybe said, like, I don't know, you don't go get naked in front of groups of strangers if you, like, can't take somebody calling you fat.
Right, yeah.
Or, like, can't take little heat. My initial reaction was, I felt bad, and then I felt less bad, and then I found that it was pretty funny, and then I was like, I would really like my phone back.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I mean, I don't know. Thanks for the new followers and the new listeners, Lana.
Yeah, it's just so strange. Like, I just don't understand.
Also, I know we'll probably talk about it later. So she had a second video this week, and I am not vain enough to think that she, like, changed anything. But it does kind of look like she took my notes. So if they did, some of my notes, so if they did record it in between... I'm not saying you're welcome, but it was a better video.
It was better. And I also, I think part of it was that
I do not actually think that she took my notes. No. I'm just saying,
I think
this video was better.
I think that she probably recorded all of these dance sequences at the same... One of the things that she said, which, like, totally made sense. And if she had not been such a huge bitch about it, was a legitimate point. She was like, I would like to see you do a dance with no music for while you're doing it,
and
which
then
is
have somebody else edit it.
Exactly,
yeah, of course.
which is like a really good point. Like, to be doing all of this with no music is a lot more difficult, and then on top of that, to have music that has nothing to do with the choreography edited on top of it is a great point. But she was a huge bitch about it,
right? And I like maybe, and I don't know how WWE works, but like Lana, I feel like has been there long enough and has like some kind of pull. I really feel like Lana could have been like, can I have some music? Right?
Like, if you're not going to use the audio like anyway, like
base level, like, but can I have some music?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just so strange. Like, I don't get it at all.
Anyways,
she has music that she's been using at the house shows too. Like, why aren't you doing a dance to that music?
And honestly, like, I had not seen that video that everyone I'm sure has seen. We'll put it on our Tumblr. But like, you know, her argument for like, I'd like to see you dance with no music. Okay, but I've seen you dance with music.
It's just as bad. It's very bad.
Arguably worse.
It was so bad.
Honestly, you might just want to enter to no music.
Oh man, it's bad. It is
Nothing
really
is
bad.
worse than her voguing in her wedding dress, though.
I don't know. Did you see the video that DEO sent it to me today of, it's just Rusev standing in their backyard and her doing like jump kick. It's supposed to be like beatbox dancing, like street dancing.
Yeah.
But it's just horrific. It's literally some of the worst dancing I've ever seen. And it's even worse than the stuff that was in the video everyone was watching last night. Like, it's bad.
She's like one of the girls that goes on Drag Race and they get like an acting challenge and they're like, this is my thing. I'm gonna slay. I'm an actor. And then they do it and you're like, I'm sorry, what? She's one of them. Like, this is my thing. Dancing's my thing. It's like, yeah, maybe you need a new thing.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like, she's probably one of those people that's like, I had 13 years of dance, and that means I'm good. I have bad news for you. I had 9 years of dance, and I'm not a very good dancer at all. Like, it's just a thing. Like, sometimes you just don't have that built into you.
Like, I think I tweeted last night, you can be good at dance moves and at choreography that's given to you and still have no natural rhythm or choreography skills.
Absolutely.
Because there is a whole legion of white girls who have grown up in dance who you take them to like a club and you're like, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Yes, absolutely. 1,000%.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yep. She's one of those people. Like, girl. Why?
And then he just had to be a bitch about it.
Yeah, she was just like a huge bitch about it. I woke up in the morning and it had been going on for like an hour. And I had a bunch of people that had like tagged me into shit. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I went back and I read everything and was just like, oh no. Oh, I love no.
My favorite thing is that a bunch of people just like tweeted at her and me. And I was just like, be a star, Lana.
Yes.
Just a simple like, good job, Lana.
I also love that.
But, like, I did feel bad that I made her feel bad, but then I was like, man, you're just being a real bitch about this. Also, there was a moment on Talking Smack. Did you watch Talking Smack?
No, I only watched part of it because Shane is bad.
This was a hilarious, genuine moment from Shane, and I don't know if anybody else got it, but Renee was like, so what do you think of these Lana videos? And Shane had, like, a measured pause, and Renee was like, that's going to be interesting, right? Like, trying to save it. And Shane goes, SmackDown is the land of opportunities. And then he was like, and then he tried to save it and was like, I know she has been working very hard.
Oh,
and I was like,
God. Bless her heart.
Yeah, it was definitely like a bless her heart moment on SmackDown Live. And then Renee just changed the subject. She was like, so Charlotte.
Weird, right? Oh, God.
Bless her heart. She's trying.
Oh, my God. It's funny. I'm just going to talk about this now because it's relevant to what we're saying. But Shane also had a really good moment where, like, I don't know if he's just he's just, like, letting his poker face go. But when Carmelsworth called Natty sweetie.
Oh yeah,
and that face he made that was like, oh, you fucked up. Like, it was so genuine and like felt very real in that moment.
That's part of the reason why people like Daniel Bryan in that role, because he's very natural and very Daniel Bryan. And like,
exactly. So
I dislike Daniel Bryan, but I love him in that role.
Yeah, I agree. So it's been a week.
Yeah, I mean, other stuff happened, but basically just that.
Yeah. I'm glad that your phone has been returned to you.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun for a little bit, but, you know, it was also like, okay.
That's true.
All right, everybody calm down. And then, of course, there were people that were like, you suck.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, bye. And I just immediately blocked them, and I was like, hi, bye.
Yeah, right? Like,
I have no time for this.
congratulations.
Thank
You're
you
blocked.
so much. But again, for anybody who was worried about me, not one moment of me being like, I'm awful. I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It was like a fun little piece, and she's, you know,
I also feel like
her.
As this is the second time this has happened, I feel like it's very clear at this point, too, that she seeks out criticism but cannot handle reading it, which is bad. Like, you have to do one or the other. You either have to seek out and be able to take criticism, or you need to just not look for it. Like, I don't like to see... I don't read the comments on Cage Side Seats of our episodes because I don't hate myself. So, like,
most of them don't have comments. And a lot of the comments are nice. And then some of them are like, oh, their voices.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't
So it's
search...
like,
I don't search
eat my
that stuff
dick.
out because, like, I don't want to see it and I don't really give a fuck. But if you're the kind of person who can't handle that, like, turn off the Google alert on your name. Like, it just is so strange to me. Like, girl, you clearly can't handle this. Also, I thought Heels and Heels really repped for us. They were great. I was, like, cracking up in my office.
Carolyn was like, Lana is dead to me.
I know. I was like, girl, yeah, ride or die. But she had a good point, too, that Mark Carrano probably had to call her and be like, take this shit down immediately. And that cracks me up.
I mean, it cracks me up, but I also don't want to be known as, like, I don't want, like, Naomi to be like, that bitch a hoe. I just wrote a silly article, and honestly, if anybody looked at the article, it was very fair.
Yeah, it really was.
And also, Naomi, girl, you know she can't dance.
That's the other thing about this. She's on the show with fucking Naomi. Like, how are you about to come out with a shit dance gimmick and be like, it's fine? Like, what? No! It's ridiculous. It just makes no sense. All of it, all around, is just so dumb.
There are very beautiful women who can also wrestle. Push those women.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't think of one woman on their roster that's ugly. Like, they're all pretty.
Yeah.
Push the people who can wrestle. Nobody is here for Lana. I know there are like 12-year-olds who are like, Lana crush or whatever. Mm-hmm. But guess what? You can't say Lana crush anymore because
she doesn't do that.
She's probably not going to do that no more. You dummies.
Oh, I can't wait for her to come out with a fucking straight up California accent and everyone to be like, no!
Florida accent. Her weird Christian missionary family lived in Russia and Florida. So, super. Also, she was raised in this weird Christian cult. Why is she not nicer? I know. But I hate to break it to you, Jesus was probably pretty nice.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like...
Well, Jesus was Jewish, so...
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about Christianity. Anyways, Christianity, you should feed the poor and, like people. Not be mean to people. That's like a boilerplate
core
version
tenets, right?
of Christianity, I'm pretty sure.
Do you have any news?
Speaking of baller women, Maria and Mike Bennett are looking like they're coming to SmackDown.
Ooh, I'm ready.
I'm so happy because that's part of the reason I stopped watching TNA, because I was like, I'm sorry, you're losing Maria and Mike Bennett. I know they've only been there for like 6 months, but they were like really...
Holding it together.
They were holding it together. And also I need to see her hair.
Yeah.
She has the most beautiful hair in the world, and I need to see it.
They need talkers.
And also, she's amazing.
She's amazing. She's so good on the mic.
And he's a great wrestler, and he's good on the mic, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And their dynamic is great.
Mm-hmm. And they need those people, like, really badly on SmackDown right now. And it's, like, I've seen people talking back and forth about, like, oh, they should go to NXT.
I don't think so.
Who cares? Like, she's been there already.
He's a great wrestler.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And they also clearly understand TV and will adapt very quickly to the WWE style. They're very good at that. So, like, I think it makes total sense to just put them on the main roster. Why the fuck not? They did that with the club. Who cares? Like, you know that these people are good. Just put them where you need them. It's the whole point of farming everybody else's shit.
Right, and I think, some people go straight up to the main roster, and some people go to NXT who have, like, equal amounts of television experience. But it also has to... I think sometimes it has less to do with like how much television experience you have and more to do with how much television experience do you have and where does your character fit. Like Bobby Roode fit really well in NXT at that time. He probably wouldn't have fit really well on the main roster at the time that he came in.
Yeah.
Austin Aries was in NXT for a hot second. Then they were like, no, we have a better place for you on the main roster.
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
They premiere them because they're big names and people want to see them, but they also are trying to use them because they're like, we don't want to fuck around with you guys because you guys will just leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Excuse me. Very exciting stuff.
Dash has a broken jaw.
Yeah,
which sucks.
It does suck.
Because they were coming in hot.
Yeah, they did come in hot. Although, like, we were talking about this off air, I feel like, sort of like with the case with Finn Balor, like, everyone was very excited to see them, and they only had a match. And so, like, this is kind of the perfect time for this to happen. It's not like they've already started a feud. Like, they can just kind of be pulled back for a second, and when they come back, people will be very excited.
Yeah.
And, like, they're still going to have that momentum. And it's only 8 weeks. Like, it's not that long. Like, it blows, but it's not 6 months. It's not like he fucking blew his goddamn knee out. Like, he'll be okay. So, I'm sad for them, but couldn't have happened at a better time.
But maybe they'll open up a t-shirt business because their shirts are amazing.
That's true.
That would be great.
I would love that. I agree. And also, they were going to feud with the New Day, who are now on SmackDown. Like,
who are also broken.
Who are also broken.
There are rumors that the broken gimmick is like gonna come to WWE in its own way soon, and like I'm here for it.
It looks like it, and Matt is still very much doing the broken thing.
I like that he'll be like talking in an interview and he'll be normal, and then at the end he'll just like do something crazy, and you're like, yeah.
He was like,
he's savage, Matt Hardy. That's his whole thing. Is he's not broken now on Twitter at least. He's savage.
Yeah, he posted a GIF that was like, it was a WWE screen with him entering, and it said, like, Matt has multiple personalities living inside of him, and it showed, like, the extreme one, and the savage one, and the broken one. It was, like, flickering back and forth between the savage and the broken one, and I was like, okay, I see what's happening. You're literally just waiting for a judge to be like, yeah, this belongs to you. And it's, like, it's so easy to pull very quickly back from this and be like, oh, no, we didn't do anything, it belongs to you, wink, 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 but, like, it seems very obvious that they're gonna win this, so I feel like it's really smart, and people want it really badly, and the people who don't understand it yet, by the time that he gets to broken, are gonna get it. And so I feel like in some ways it's almost better that
I just
he's
hope
doing
Jeff
this.
does it too, because it works better when Jeff is Brother Nero.
I don't know, he was really good when it was like, what the fuck? He was just
he was
Jeff
because
Hardy.
he was what the fucking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. And Matt Hardy,
he keeps calling him Brother Nero.
Broken Matt Hardy released him to be his own Brother Nero. So, like, you can still get all the Jeff stuff. But, like, there was an era of Hardys that was Jeff-centered. This is an era that is Matt-centered.
That's true. That's very true.
So.
I can't wait. It's going to be great when it finally happens.
Their new shirt is so ugly and I want it.
It's hideous.
I really want it. It's so ugly. I hate it too.
It looks
I want to hate fuck that shirt.
It's so Attitude Era. That's all I can think.
It's so ugly. I really want it.
Hideous.
I really, really want it. Did you watch? We did not talk about Total Divas last week.
No,
we ended recording and I went, oh, we didn't talk about Total Divas. And then we were like, yeah, well, whatever.
Moving on.
Anyways, it premiered last week.
Yay!
Let's just talk about this week's episode.
Okay.
I love Maurice and Eva's friendship.
I do too.
And also, I've been having this thought. Like, I watched it today, because I watch things late because I'm so cool and so busy and whatever.
You get an extra week to watch things with us.
Yes. I am going to be sad when Eva is not on Total Divas anymore.
I am too. I was thinking the same thing. It's so bizarre that now that I don't have to see her wrestle and take up space that is better used by other people. I really like her as a personality on Total
I like her as a personality too, and I am looking forward to seeing her in, like, the movie that she's in with Nicolas Cage and Faye Dunaway. I looked a lot of that up today, which I think is
weird.
Hilarious. She's like 6 build. I think her character's name is Linda, so...
Hot girlfriend, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. No, there are, like, a lot of young, beautiful women in there. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a serious movie.
Really?
Yeah. What if she's, like, a really good actor?
very dubious about that, but I will reserve judgment till I see it.
I really want to see it. It's called Inconceivable.
Oh, okay. I'm into that title, I guess. Also, Eva-related news. There was a $5 sale on WWE's website last week that somebody sent to us, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I need this one thing. I need, like, one more thing. Definitely bought an Eva Marie Funko doll for $5, and I was like, I'm paying my money for this. I'm gonna buy this.
Whatever.
And I was thinking that same thing, that it's like, I absolutely 100,000%.
But we really liked her, like, gimmick that
Exactly.
switched around. And we tried to like her so much.
Yes,
So I
exactly.
think all of our energy of trying to like her has now been like, we're allowed to like her.
Yeah, I feel like allowed to like her now, and I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I'll pay $5 for this Funko and keep it on my shelf.
Whatever.
Right? I have like a tiny little Roman Reigns action figure in my house too, because somebody
Me
gave
too.
it to
Somebody
me.
left it at my WrestleMania party, and I was like, this is mine, I guess.
This is mine now. Yeah, so whatever. I don't give a fuck. So I spent my money on Eva Marie merch. Congratulations, people who have been around from the beginning. Your heads have probably exploded. Do you remember when we used to have Eva Marie Minute? We used to complain so much about her that we had to set a timer.
We used to have a Pope Watch, Eva Marie Minute. I think we need like a Lana Drama segment. Lana Drama. Our segments go away once people become boring.
Yeah, that's true.
I do like their friendship. Basically, they were like, let's do like a sexy photo shoot for our husbands. And then Maurice took it to an extra level and went on a juice cleanse and became a huge bitch, because when you're hungry, people become bitches.
Yes.
And then Eva was like, we're going to go get you a cheeseburger. And then Maurice ate it so messily that she like got it all over her face and hair like a child. You know what's the weirdest thing about that, though? That Eva didn't eat anything. She just watched Maurice eat.
Probably because Eva Marie actually ate a meal in the morning.
Yeah, but you
before
could like, she didn't have like a cup of water.
Yeah, that's true.
She was just sitting there staring at Maurice eat a cheeseburger. It was weird. I think that was the weirdest thing about it.
I didn't even notice that.
Get a cup of tea. I get it that you're like hot and only eat like pre-made like Superman meals or whatever, but like get a cup of tea so your friend doesn't feel weird with you watching her eat it.
I don't think that Maurice felt
She was
weird.
so hungry. She was like, I don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
But still, it was weird to me. If I was eating and somebody was just staring at me, I would be like, can you like sip a water? Or like something.
Yeah, just put anything in
It's
your hand.
freaking me out. Yeah, just put some coffee mugs in your hands. Like,
Just one in each hand.
yeah.
What else happened on that episode?
Renee tried to turn Dean into John Cena. Literally, Dean at one moment was like, you spend too much time with the Bellas.
Yes, I loved that.
But she was like, I just want one nice night. And she made him buy a suit and walk around in the store with old ladies with no shirt on.
You
know what?
I didn't hate it.
I felt like Dean was a good sport about it, and
Yes, he was.
Renee just wanted to try a new thing. She wasn't being like crazy girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they tried a new thing and it did not go well.
No, it did not.
And then they were like,
he did try. It
He
seemed,
did.
He seemed
I mean,
like
in the Dean Ambrose way.
yeah, like for someone who really doesn't want to do that stuff, like
He was a good sport about it.
absolutely, definitely a good sport about it. I agree.
It is weird to me that fancy restaurant only had beer and wine, though.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Fancy whiskey and scotch is like a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what businessmen drink. It's expensive. Why wouldn't you serve
Come
it?
on, Lake Tahoe, get your shit together.
Whatever. Maybe they're like, if I have 8 beers, that means I can drive, but scotch, that means I'm drunk. Like, what? No.
It's like part...
That's like football game logic.
Honestly, when they said that they only had beer and wine, I was like, that's not that even fancy of a restaurant.
Yeah, seriously.
I was like, ugh. But then they ate clams out of each other's mouths.
It was really cute.
It was cute.
That was a really good point too. When she was like, "I just wanted it to be like Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti." And he's like, "That was in an alley. It was literally in an
And they
alley."
are dogs. And it was a cartoon. And we are people.
They're so cute.
They're so cute together.
I just really like them a lot. It's absolutely wonderful.
In their like playfulness reminds me a lot of me and Nick.
It reminds me of me and Michael a lot too.
It's that moment where you're just like, I hate you. Come on. Let's or like just be silly together. I like how silly they are together.
Yes, I totally agree.
Because like that to me is like a fundamental part of a relationship is like being silly.
Absolutely.
And it's not like where like Daniel teases Brie and Brie's like, shut up. It's like two people being silly together.
Right, exactly. And they also clearly have, like, independent lives of each other and really enjoy being together, but also enjoy being apart. Like, good. Seems like they have a very healthy relationship. I'm glad that they decided to get married. Like, you clearly were doing this right already. So, get your legal benefits.
Brie was in Brie Lim mode. I tried to make it sound like limbo.
What?
Brie limboed? Limbo? She was like in limbo. I tried a thing. It didn't work.
It did not work.
Whatever. She was like, I retired, but I'm not pregnant. My life is meaningless. And then Nikki was like, get your shit together.
Down.
Honestly, get it together. Because I am done doing all the work in this relationship.
She was like
in
laying
this
on
twin
the
relationship. And Nikki was in her shitty little office. Nikki, you can afford a designer. I know this was probably like your second home that you're barely ever in, but like, get a nice office.
Yeah, seriously.
Get a nice office, Nikki. I was so offended.
I know. They had all those graphic puns up
pictures
too, and I
in
was
your
like,
picture frames and get a nice office. They're just like home decor 1 and 2.
She probably does have pictures in those picture frames, but they're people who didn't sign waivers, and so they just take them out for the filming.
Then just move the picture frame.
Well, I agree with that, but
that's crazy.
I know.
Put a fake photo in it if you need the frame for height on the mantelpiece. I get it. Put a book up there. I don't know. Put a Fabergé egg up there. Don't put a fake picture. Whatever.
I don't think that Nikki Bella's office would have a Fabergé egg. I think John Cena's might, though.
Whatever. The coolest thing about this episode is watching the incarnation. Is that the right word I'm looking for?
Yes. The origins?
Sure.
Yeah.
The origins of Glow Time.
Yes, absolutely. I really enjoyed it.
I just smiled the whole time. I was like, I love Naomi. I can't stop smiling.
I know. And it was very interesting to know, like, she's the current champion right now. She, like, this obviously works. Everybody loves it. She has all this great merch now.
I am really glad that she got rid of the backpack. I hated the backpack from the first moment. Like, I love the entrance, but I hated the backpack. So I'm glad that now she just, like, throws a couple things and it's like, I don't need all the, like, extra. But, like, that happens. You, like, evolve something.
Right, exactly.
I have so many acts where I, like, had a million props at the beginning and now I have none. None.
Do you not do your grapes one anymore?
Yeah, but the grapes are just in my panties.
That's true.
So, like,
Still.
I don't have to hold them.
I mean, you do.
One time, I don't know if I ever told you this story. One time I was performing and it's a Dionysus number.
Yes.
Grapes. So it's very sexual, whatever. And there was this audience member, this little group that like would not shut the fuck up, and they were in the front row and they were so rude, and they had been rude the whole night. So I, like, at the end of the number, I like pull the grapes out of my panties. I put them in my mouth and it's like, whoa, she's pulled grapes out of her pussy. She's the goddess of wine, whatever. And I pull the grapes out and the stage was like low, so I like walked off the stage, very loudly said, we can hear everything that you're saying. And then I put my pussy grapes in this girl's wine. And I just sauntered off stage. It was maybe the coolest thing I've ever done.
That's baller.
Just like, plop, bye. Those have been in my panties for like 2 hours. Here you go. And they're like plastic grapes.
Yeah.
So they are gross. So here you go.
That is perfect.
Later that night, Ray Ray took off her shoe and threw it at them. She hit that guy right in his back. It was so funny. He did throw the shoe bag, so it wasn't a great choice. Anyway, sometimes audience members are assholes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Jesus.
205 Live? Just kidding. That's the next thing in my notes.
We can talk about that next.
Why would we jump to 205 Live?
I don't know.
Because audience members are assholes, like all of the audiences on 205 Live.
Yeah.
NXT.
Good segue.
Good segue. We're going to go to NXT, though.
Okay, NXT. Oh, we didn't talk about this in the top. Let's take this in-between segment to talk about
This segment where there's no segue.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I just talked about my snatch grapes?
Yes, exactly. We were talking before we went on air, like, we've mostly just been watching WWE lately, just because...
Well, because I stopped watching TNA.
Yeah.
And then I'm a little behind on ROH, so I just haven't, like, jumped back in. And I've, like, even when I watch, like, Shakara, like, it's older stuff, so I feel, like, less, pressed to talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And, like, I'm so busy with school right now, I literally can't go back and watch stuff. I only watch stuff while it's live, basically. Or, like, I'll come home after class on Monday and watch until midnight, and that's it. Like, that's the only time I have. So we are aware that's all we've been talking about lately, and, like, we will talk about other stuff again as it comes up, but, like, we're aware that that's happening. We're just real busy.
Yeah, and we're going to the AAW show on May 6th.
Yeah, so.
Which is also Free Comic Book Day.
Ooh, ooh.
I will be dressing up and handing out comic books to kids.
Hooray!
I can't decide if I want to wear my Harley costume or my Psylocke costume. Harley's probably warmer, and I'll have to stand outside. But they both have wigs. I hate wigs.
Yeah. For how much you hate wigs, you have a shitload of numbers with wigs.
I only have 2 numbers with wigs.
Really?
So fuck you.
Really?
I wear a wig for Harley because I'm not blonde.
Truth.
And I wear a wig in my Captain Hook number, which I never do because my friend became a Mormon. Yeah. She was my Smee. And also, fun fact, it's really hard to strip out of a costume when you have a hook hand. I actually need somebody. It has to be a duet. It's not funny.
It is funny.
I tried to do it by myself. You can't. It's very hard.
You have to turn it into a comedy number. It's no longer sexy.
It is a comedy number. The whole number is I can't strip by myself, so Smee comes out and helps me strip. That's the whole point. We do it to the Pussycat Dolls buttons. It's very funny. Have you never seen that number?
No.
Oh, it's very funny. We have a bubble gun. It gets weird. But the whole point is I come out very sexy, and then I'm like, and then I get stuck in my costume with my hook hand, and then I yell for Smee, and then Smee comes out, and we do a bunch of, like, pratfalls, and I'm trying to be sexy the whole time, and she's just rolling around taking my costume off. I plan on teaching that part to another person so I can do it. Because I have 2 baller duets that are weirdly Disney, even though I hate Disney, with this person that I can't do anymore because they're Mormon and they don't strip anymore.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Bitch. This just became me telling everybody my burlesque repertoire. That's not
We already come from high school theater.
I am not like a dancery like burlesque dancer. I am very much a character-based like burlesque dancer. I do a bunch of weird character stuff, mostly comedy stuff. I have a couple like sexy time numbers, but I usually make weird faces during them, too, because I'm like, whatever, burlesque is dumb. Look at my boa, look at my butt.
Oh, burlesque.
I would like to tell you right now that we've been recording for 42 minutes and we have talked about no wrestling. That's so upsetting.
Whatever.
I'm upset by it. NXT.
Yes, we did. We talked about Lana, and we were talking about wrestling-related stuff, and Total Divas. We just haven't talked about physical wrestling.
Do you like the new intro?
I don't care, honestly. I didn't
like the song, but I like the new video package.
Yeah, I like the new video package. Honestly, I didn't really listen to the song. It didn't offend me in any way. I don't really care.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
The first match was Aleister Black versus Corey Hollis. I don't know. Casey Hollis?
I don't know.
Carrie Hollis? I have bad handwriting, and that person was a jobber. They were literally taken out by one kick.
Yes.
It was so dope. It wasn't like a short segment. Like, he did the whole, like, rising up.
Yeah.
He did his whole entrance. He had moments of, like, you know, just being very still. And then he just, like, kicked that motherfucker in the face and was like, and we're done.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, it was cool. They're doing a really good job with him so far. And I like that he does that entrance every time.
Yeah,
it's nice
it's
to
not
know.
just like a takeover thing.
Right, exactly. Like, make it into a bigger and bigger deal, like with Shinsuke and like with Bobby Roode at takeovers, but have that be the core element of it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's really smart.
There was a Ty Dillinger interview, and she was like, oh my god, you're at SmackDown Live. And he was like, yeah, but I gotta prove myself one more time here. Next week / tonight, we're gonna have a cage match, which I'm super excited about.
I'm very excited about. It's gonna be dope.
Ty Dillinger and EY? Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds super dope.
Let's do it.
Then there was a tag match with DIY versus Dylan Miley and friend. It made DIY look good, but it was supposed to make this Dylan Miley guy look good.
Yeah, and he did.
He basically was a wrecking ball, and the other guy lost the match for him, and then he beat that guy up.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people made Miley Cyrus wrecking ball jokes, and we were done.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And, like, it made me want to see more from this dude. I'm into that. Cool. I didn't remember his name, but I do remember what he looks like.
Who?
Dylan Miley.
Oh, I wrote it down. That's the only reason I remember.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And there were a lot of Miley Cyrus jokes. Ember had this weird video package where she was like,
I hated it.
Walking around in a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah.
It was very reminiscent of when American Alpha won the tag titles.
Yeah, but like that worked for their characters. Like what she said didn't bother me.
It was the package.
It was the setting. Like, if she had, been in her costume in the woods on a full moon, just roaming around being weird, like, but said all that stuff. Like, because she had a cool line, like, just as you were mine, I will be yours. Like, just as you were the first person to pin me. Yeah. I will be the first person to pin you. Like, that was a dope line. There were good moments. It was just literally the costume and the setting was weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. I almost felt, too, like it would have been less weird if she had just been in her costume still. Like, if you're so upset about this loss and you're still there while they're tearing everything down. But sweatshirts are
sad, Erin.
Yeah, it's just...
Don't you put on a sweatshirt when you're sad?
No. It's not who I am.
I'm wearing a mini sweatshirt right now, like a little boy sweatshirt.
You are wearing a little boy sweatshirt.
I'm a little boy.
It works with your Stay Fearless shirt, to be honest, so...
I know.
I know that you know.
Yeah, it was weird. But I liked that line, and I liked the sentiment of it. It was just like...
And I think we all kind of know she's going to win at some point. Like,
hopefully, yeah. NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Oh, yes. I am not going to that.
What?
I decided not to. Michael and I talked about it, and we need to save money for our wedding, because it's in, like, 6 months. So.
I'm going, and I got good seats.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I would really like to go, but I'm choosing to do the responsible thing and save my money for it. Also, I might be going to Money in the Bank, so...
When and where is Money in the Bank?
It's in St. Louis, and it's the day before my birthday, so... And I've never seen Shinsuke wrestle live, and he's probably going to win Money in the Bank, so...
Oh, yeah.
So, that's, like, a thing that I'm seriously considering, and so
that makes sense.
That's part of it, is that, like, if I'm going to drop money that I should be spending on my wedding, it'll probably be for that
that's
instead
fair.
of NXT. So,
but I'm very excited about
I know,
it.
I'm very jealous of everyone that is going, but...
Nick is going.
I know. I'm very jealous, but I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to really enjoy it, and it's, I hope that Ember wins, and I hope that you guys scream your faces off.
It will be very fun.
Yes.
The next match was Ruby Riott versus Kimberly Frankly.
What?
Right?
It's her real name, which, okay, but why? Why are you using her real
they're, like,
name?
waiting to, like, they're like, okay, we're going to push these couple girls, we'll repack,
Yeah.
like how they used to do with Billy and Payne, like, we'll repackage you later when we need you.
Yeah.
Because, like, to be honest, like, I like Kimber, but, like, she's, like, Heidi's a better wrestler.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, so, like, it, and her look is, like, because Kimber, to a lot of people, even though she wasn't always this character on all the indies, like, she's the princess. So, like, I and if they don't want her to be the princess, they have to come up with something else. Whereas, they basically just used Heidi's character, and they were like, new name. Yeah. Same gear, same everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
New name.
And I think, too, with Kimber, she's falling into the same thing that happened with Alexa Bliss, where they're like, are you a babyface here? Are you a bad guy here? We kind of have to figure out who you fit with. Do we need to put you with other people to bring you into, like, the WWE style? So I feel like you're right, that they're going to repackage her, and she'll wind up doing, once they figure out what track to put her on. Yeah. But I just don't understand, like, they were calling her Kimberly before, Kimberly. Why didn't
L-E-Y, not L-E-E.
Yeah, why give her a last name? Like, you don't give any women last name. Why don't you just call her Kimberly? It's just so bizarre to me that, like, why would you throw this last name on that it sounds very strange. Like, I understand it's her real name, but it does not sound like a wrestling
It was
name.
weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
The match was okay. Heidi looked great. Kimber,
I like watching them wrestle.
I like them. I like watching them wrestle. Nikki Cross came out and, like, just, like, stared at Ruby and was like, I like that they're setting up for a feud between Kimber and Ruby and Nikki. Like,
I agree.
That's going to be great.
It's a good use of both of them. They're both at an equal level wrestling-wise that they're going to have a fucking ball.
And I'd rather see somebody that's signed job right now that doesn't have a place than, like, just bringing in random people. Like, I'd rather see Kimber out there.
Yeah, I agree.
And, like, you know, they need people to fill what Billy and Peyton were doing.
Right, exactly, yes.
Speaking of Billy and Peyton, they had another great little vignette when they were just, like, walking to the performance center being like, we're the best, we're the best. They started making fun of Aaliyah and Liv, and Liv and Aaliyah just pushed Billy into, like, a vat of ice, like an ice bath.
Yeah.
And then Billy was like, I'm drowning!
I can't get out! Help me get out!
Turn the camera off! They're excellent.
They're so good. I love it.
I am toying with making a Billy and Peyton sign for TakeOver. Because I feel like they need one.
Yeah, I agree. I want that iconic shirt. Why don't
I
they
know.
sell it?
What the fuck? Everyone would buy that shirt.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's so cool. It's cool. My only complaint is that you should visibly be able to see a flower in Peyton's hand. Like, you can see Billy's, like...
cape thing.
Yeah, cape thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Then there was a match between Oni Lorcan, that guy, whatever, who cares, and Drew McIntyre. I have to get used to saying Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Anyways, he's beautiful and I love him, and he keeps winking. Why does he keep winking? I love it.
You're so smitten. It's so
adorable. I love him. It was a good match too. Like, that was an interesting pairing because Oni Lorcan is very small but very intense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Drew Galloway is very not small.
But
also very intense. Mm-hmm. It was a good match.
Yeah.
I, very much enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, and, we know now that Oni Lorcan is moving up to the Cruiserweight division, so, this is a good use of him for these
Are you sure he is?
I'm pretty sure. They introduced him as being on Raw.
When?
When he came out for that match. They said that he was new to Raw.
Oh, okay.
I mean, God knows they changed their minds. Tommaso and Gargano were both supposed to come up during the draft to Raw. They got drafted to Raw, and when have they ever been on Raw? Literally never. So, shit changes, so it's possible that they'll send him back, but, why? They need new people and new faces in the Cruiserweight division, especially while there are injuries. Yeah,
and then Drew won, obviously, and then he winked, and it was great, and he was like, I'm here, I'm Scottish, I'm beautiful. Mm-hmm. I love him. Also, his theme music is super hot. Whatever, I love him. Also, he's a good wrestler, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
And then
also, I think this is a good example of, this is also why we've been watching a lot of WWE. All of our favorite people from every other company are now in this fucking company.
That is true. Literally, all of my top 5, except for, I don't know. I would have to really think about my top 5. But, I think they're all there.
Who aren't in WWE I still really like. I still really like Cole Cabana. I still really like the Young Bucks.
I still love Trevor Lee, but I never liked Trevor Lee's character on Impact. So, I'd rather just go see him in, AEW.
Yeah, agreed.
But I still love Trevor Lee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The episode ended with Nakamura doing a farewell, which was really cute.
Yeah, I'm glad
and the crowd yowed because Nakamura made them yow. He was like, I'm going to do it with you guys. Yeah. All together.
Right?
All together now? Yeah.
You're gonna get this right.
And then there was a really cute moment with Finn, where Finn was like, hey, buddy.
I'm here. Remember when we were in Japan together? A decade ago, it feels like. It wasn't even that long ago. It was 5 years ago.
It was less than 5 years ago.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I am right.
Finn has been in NXT for a minute. He was only supposed to be there for 9 months and stayed there for a couple years.
But it hasn't been 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Bitch.
You're right.
Bitch.
That was hyperbole.
That was hyperbole.
Damn.
Raw.
Shush me. How dare you?
How dare you?
Absolutely not. Okay, Raw.
Booker T's on commentary while David Otunga films his movie.
Whatever.
Do you think David Otunga is a better actor than Eva Marie?
No. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like he does live with Jennifer Hudson, so if you're gonna get...
You can't get talent through osmosis.
Yeah, but you can do line reads and have your spouse give you legitimate feedback. I don't think Eva Marie's husband is like, honey, I think you need to critically examine why you're saying these words, whereas I think Jennifer Hudson would be like, get it together!
I cannot imagine a world where Jennifer Hudson loves David Otunga.
No.
That is such a horrible thing to say, but
how did that happen? Also, didn't he get famous being on I Love New York? Isn't that where he originated from and then he was a wrestler? Like, how do you go from New York to Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah, I don't know. Bruce Cray. It opened with a video package about Braun beating up Roman, and then Braun came out and was like, I beat up Roman. I'm so big.
I'm the best.
I'm the big dog now. He didn't say that, thank God. But he basically
did say,
was
this
like,
is my yard, though.
Braun, I'm going to stay in this ring the whole night. I win. And then Angle was like, hi, buddy. No.
You have the night off.
You can go.
Bye.
Bye. And he was like, I told Mick Foley that I will kill everybody. If I don't get my way, you're going to learn. And Angle was like, I'm not Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And he was also like, I'm also going to let Roman fight you at the pay-per-view or whatever. And then Braun was like, I'm going to go kill R-Truth.
I did like watching Big Show check Braun into that fucking door. That was pretty dope.
That was cool.
Just like, how fucking dare you?
Also, like, why doesn't Goldust just retire?
Do not know.
I honestly don't understand.
He was basically retired, and then he came back to be with Cody, and then Cody was gone.
Yeah, like, just retire, Goldust. We all love you. We all get it.
Yeah, I don't...
Go.
Just go.
They're not using... Maybe he's doing really fun stuff on Main Event.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I guess it's possible. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Seth Rollins went on to commentary and was like full babyface, and then Samoa Joe had a match with Chris Jericho that went on forever.
Yeah, it did. It wasn't a bad match. It was just a long match.
Long. And then Joe won, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
And then was like, Rollins! That was a pretty good Samoa Joe.
That was a good Samoa Joe.
I guess that's my new thing. It's just Samoa Joe impressions.
That's very good.
And then he did the thing where he just yells.
Yep.
And then Seth stood up and was like, I will fight you later.
Later. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that happened.
Goldust and R-Truth were killed by Braun.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then the club was like, who are we supposed to beat up now? You took out our nerds. I don't like the club. I really don't. I don't have any emotional attachment to them from New Japan. I don't like them, whatever. I do love them calling everybody nerds.
Yeah, I think they're good heels, and I think they've like found their WWE English rhythm. Like, they couldn't tell everyone to go fuck themselves anymore, and I think they really needed that for a minute, and now it feels like they've adapted to that, and nerds is their new, like, fuck you, and it feels like they're using it appropriately.
But it's just such, like, a funny, like, high school thing to be
it's like stupid idiot.
But bring out the nerds.
It just is, it's such a playground insult that it feels so at odds with these giant men saying it that it works. And I think that they've like embraced that. And I have emotional attachment to them from Japan, but do not care or have not cared for their characters on the main roster. This, I feel like watching them be in Southpaw regional wrestling, like, it's fun to watch them play. Like, it's fun to watch them, like, be able to let
Chad
go.
Too Bad.
Yeah, like, let them be those guys. Like, they're really good at this, clearly. And they're both really fucking funny. Let them be bruiser funny dudes.
It's too bad that Breezango and the club are on the same roster, because they could have, like, a really fun feud.
Yeah, I agree.
If they were also allowed to have that feud.
Yeah, if that
There's a lot of ifs in this mix.
If that could ever happen in our fantasy world. Oh, also, we got a nice nod to the Drifter again. Him drifting about is, like, so bizarre, but I like they're committing to it harder than NXT ever did.
And then with Jericho was like, you know, he's about to put Matt on the list. He was like, I learned your name, Tom. You're insulting me. I learned your name. And he was like, oh, no, I'm going to put this Drifter on my list. And he came up with all these silly names for him. Mm-hmm. It worked.
It did work.
It works.
Yep.
I also like looking at the Drifter's arms, so I'm chill with it. He's got big ol' arms.
He does have big ol' arms.
Oh, anyways, the club fought Enzo and Cass and they won.
Yeah, okay.
I know that Vince thinks that the Ragdoll Enzo thing is funny, but, like, it's really played.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's really played to the point where it's like, why doesn't Big Cass just punch him in the face and leave?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's dumb.
'Cause Vince.
Dean was on Miz TV, And then he took off his coat and folded it, and then punched Miz in the face.
Yeah,
he kicked him in the
stomach. He did the white guy equivalent of taking your earrings off. He took all the shit out of his pockets, put his mic down, took his jacket off.
Nick was like, oh, why is he folding his jacket? He's not good at that. And I was like, he's gonna throw it at one of them, and then he's gonna fight Miz. Yeah. And then it happened. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I love Dean and I love Miz, but we've seen a Miz and Dean intercontinental battle before.
Yeah, I agree.
I want Zack Ryder to be better, and I want him to come back, and I want him to Miz.
Yeah, that would be satisfying. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I wouldn't want Zack Ryder to win the title from Dean, and I want Dean to keep the title, but
right. But it would be great if he Miz.
Yeah, I agree. Zack Ryder's buff dad comes back and punches Maurice in the face.
The next match was TJ Perkins versus Jack Gallagher. It was fine, whatever. Nick was really funny. He was like, I don't care for TJ Perkins, and I don't know why. Nick sometimes while we're watching wrestling says hilarious things.
Very spot on how most people feel.
Oh, and then Neville came out and was sitting in a rolly chair, and then Austin Aries came out with this banana and was like, oh, are we watching? I want to watch. I'm going to come out and watch. And then he came out and got a folding chair, and then Neville, a little kid, just was like, I'm going to take my rolly chair and go, and rolled his chair over to the other side of the ring. It was so stupid. Austin Aries tried to give him his banana. Honestly, Neville and Austin Aries were better than this match. And it's not even that the match was bad. Here's the thing with the Cruiserweights. Their matches can be very, good, technically, but boring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everything TJ Perkins says is boring.
Yeah, he has no personality at all.
He had one good moment this week on 205 Live.
Yes, agreed.
And
that was heavily any wrestling.
Heavily assisted by Neville.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I am excited that Apollo and Tozawa are together. That was cute.
Mm-hmm. And they're real life best friends.
Yeah, they're besties.
I love.
Backstage segment with Titus and Apollo was entertaining. You know what? A feud between Apollo, a low card feud between Apollo and Titus, that would work.
I'm totally fine with that. I literally just want to watch Apollo wrestle. He's a great wrestler. He just needs a better character. And this is low card is the place to do that if you haven't developed it. And they never gave him space to do that in NXT either. So this is a good place for that. And Titus is really good.
Yeah.
Titus has a place now after the incident with Vince McMahon. But, he's good at what he does, and he's a great talker, and, that's a good place to put Apollo with. I'm in for that. That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. There was a segment with the Hardys and Cesaro where they basically just circle jerked each other. They were like, we respect you, we're going to have a good match, and then, no, we're going to win the belts, no, we're going to keep the belts, but, oh, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
I get it, they're all faces, but it was just
Everyone's a baby face.
Did we need the promo? We could have just probably had the match.
Yeah.
Right? And then the match was fine. It was just Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. That also went on way too long.
Yeah, also very long.
I get it. Everyone wants to see Jeff Hardy, but it was a long ass match.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good wrestlers. It was just okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it was a long ass match. Jeff Hardy obviously won. There was a women's #1 contendership fatal 4-way. What did you think about this match?
This match was a fucking mess. I don't know what the hell happened.
I didn't think it was a fucking mess.
Oh my god. I think honestly the problem, it was just parts of it were way slower than it could have been. I think this is the first time they've all wrestled like this. Everybody had their old house shows, so these people have not been wrestling each other. I think that's the thing that people forget a lot. By the time you see something on TV, they've normally done it 1,000 times on the house shows, and you could just tell that they had not.
It was that bad.
Well,
you're acting like it was a fucking travesty. Well, I didn't think it was that bad. Well, I thought it was very entertaining.
I enjoyed it overall as a whole. Piece by piece, I think there were a lot of problems with it, but honestly, I think it's just because these people are new to wrestling each other. I thought the same thing happened with Naomi and Charlotte.
That one, yeah.
I think it was just that there were more people in this match, and so it wasn't as apparent that Charlotte and Naomi...
Vice versa. I feel like it was more apparent with Charlotte and Naomi than this one.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Because there were more people, I feel like it was less apparent with the Raw match. But I felt it was the same thing where it's just these people haven't been on the same rosters. They haven't been wrestling each other. Charlotte and Naomi haven't wrestled each other in a year and a half. I felt like it was the same thing. Alexa and Sasha, real life, do not get along. And I think that...
Really?
Yeah, apparently they were, enemies in NXT. understandably, like, Sasha kind of filled the role that Alexa then took over, like, and Sasha got a lot of spots that Alexa could have been very good in, just because Sasha was more known and more liked, and, like, I think that's part of it. Like, they just don't have chemistry in ring together yet, and, like, some of the moves were just slower because they're trying to connect with each other. Overall, I thought the match was good, and
I didn't think there was any horrible botches or anything.
there were a couple botches.
There's a difference between a small miss or a botch. And
there were a lot more small misses, but there were a couple of, like, you guys did not nail this at all. Like,
I think you're being very harsh on this match.
I think that you're right, but I also feel like I just have a high standard for the women's matches because they have
Which
done
is
that.
fair.
Yeah, and I think that this will continue to be better. Also, I really liked this match because fucking Alexa won. And, like, WWE put up a poll earlier in the day that was like, who do you want to win this match? And people overwhelmingly voted for Alexa. And then Alexa won. Like, that's a good sign.
And the way she won was good. And Alexa's, like, character arc throughout the whole match was great.
Absolutely. They did a really good storytelling. I think that's the thing, is they did very good storytelling with this match in ring. It's just that the wrestling did not match the level of storytelling that they were doing. That was my big problem with it. And at the end, it felt like it sort of started to fall apart, but that worked for Alexa's win. So I don't think that it was necessarily bad. It was just like a mess in a lot of places and was all over the place. But it contributed to Alexa's win and made it feel like she really did sneak it in there. And so I liked that. It's just, they need more time. They need to be on live shows together when they're not doing
disappointing
this.
that Sasha and Alexa hate each other.
I mean, I'm not, like, surprised by it. And it also maybe now that enough time has passed that it is better. But I know, like, there were a lot of rumors that they hated each other. And, like, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big company. You don't have to like everybody.
Exactly. And, like, it makes sense to me. Like, Alexa and Nia are very good friends. And, like, Sasha and Nia are very different people. So I can see also how, like, their personalities are just very different.
Big Show checked. Braun Strowman was like, pick on somebody your own size.
I'm in the best shape of my life. Yar.
I also feel like, I know that Big Show has been like, oh, I'm going to retire soon, but, like, I love Big Show. Just go.
I know, right?
Just go.
Yeah, really just go.
That's so mean. But, like, Goldust and Big Show, like, you guys can retire. Like, we love you. Just leave.
Yeah, seriously.
But also, like, whatever. Live your lives.
Yeah, it's fine.
Finn Balor beat up Kurt Hawkins. A lot.
Nice to see him back. Pretty
There
as
was
usual.
an amazing backstage segment between Dana, Alicia Fox, and Emma.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Alicia Fox was so funny this week.
Absolutely.
It furthered the feud with Dana and Emma, and that was great. But Alicia Fox was just so funny in that segment.
Yeah. It was... I know there are a lot of people who are like, this segment was terrible. It's supposed to be terrible. Like, that's the whole thing, is it's this, like, really weird, catty lady backstage stuff that plays off of a character that Alicia has been playing very well lately. And so it felt very appropriate. And you're
also,
right.
Alicia always sounds like... When she talks on 205 Live and does this character, like, she sounds very stilted and jerky because she's, like, playing this, like,
she's squawking.
Yeah.
She's doing the crazy squawk. And, like, it works super, super well. And so it
and
felt...
Dana being like, no, what's happening? I don't know how to defend myself.
Yeah, it was
was
a
good.
good,
And then
like...
Emma being like, you suck.
It was a good further establishment, too, of, like, Dana is playing face, but is still a bad guy. Like, still says these shitty things. Like, part of it was, like, I liked that with Dana, it was hard to be, like, it was hard to tell, like, was she full baby face, like, I never did that, how could you say that? Or was she like, shut the fuck up, Emma? Like, don't tell her that I said these things. I like that Dana's in that, like, I like
Emma's delivery of, like, having no energy. It actually works.
I love
as somebody who's to come out and, like,
lazy.
Dance and be crazy, I love that her bad guy persona is like,
I'm so bored with all of you.
Literally cannot be bothered.
Yes, absolutely. Just, you're all so below me that I can't even, like, muster the energy.
And it's a different, like, I'm better than you than, like, Charlotte's energy.
Yeah.
Charlotte's, like, I'm better than you. It's like, I'm better than you, and I need to tell you how much better I am than you, and, like, you need to bow at my feet. And Emma's like, I'm so tired.
Right?
Which works.
Yeah, it totally works. And I feel like especially after all of that time where she had to go through this bullshit with Emelina to now be like, everyone knew I was great as evil Emma. Here I am. who the fuck are all of you people, and I don't give a shit about any of you. It just, like, leans into it. I just really enjoy it. I want to see her wrestle way more. Yeah. But if I'm gonna...
I mean, when she came out 2 weeks ago and wrestled, she was, like, on fire. She was so good.
And so, like, if I'm gonna have to only see her in backstage segments for a week, like, fucking, she's nailing it, and I'm glad. Cool.
And then Braun and Big Show broke the ring.
Of course they did.
You know what? I'm fine with it. They haven't done it in a while. Somebody made a really good point that there are like a bunch of kids in the audience who have never seen that. Yeah. It's a cool effect. Like, who cares?
Yeah. It's
fun. Everybody can bitch about it, but it's fun.
They've only done it 3 times, and it's Big Show who's done it all 3 times, and, like, yes, they did do it with Mark Henry.
That's the way he should retire.
Yeah.
Just retire breaking the ring.
Absolutely. Also, that fucking ref falling off of the ring.
It was so funny because he was, like, trying to brace himself like a dum-dum, like...
Yeah, like, the ropes are gonna fall, you idiot! You need to fall forward onto your knees and then go backwards, but he just, like, collapsed. They showed it so many times, and I literally I think I watched the actual impact of Braun and, Big Show once, and the 8 times they played it, other than that, I just cracked up at the ref. I couldn't stop watching it.
I hope he's okay.
He seemed fine. They sent over the medical team, and they all, like, got up right away, too, so I think that he's fine. But he's also not trained to take a bump onto the fucking ground like that. I loved it. I thought it was great. And it was a great way to end Raw, to be honest.
It was.
Like, it was a good, like, oh, hey, you're here just for this 10 o'clock spot. Like, here's this awesome visual of these 2 fucking monsters just crushing this ring.
Right.
Like, it was very impressive. There was also a moment where Big Show, like, clearly had to be like, I cannot step too hard on this ring or I'm gonna break it before it's supposed to break. And they, like, gingerly got up onto the ring after that and did their flip. And was like, you were really worried for a second there that you were gonna break this, which would have been hilarious.
They just, like, broke it and like, rolled off. That's so funny. There's some good moments on Raw this week.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed Raw. I thought that they did a really good job with it. It was too long, as it always is, but
it's never not going to be too long. So.
Exactly. It's always going to be 3 hours. So.
That's Raw.
Yep, just got to deal with it. Like, they did a good job this week. Good job, Raw.
SmackDown opened with Charlotte cutting a promo. There was a moment where I was like, is she about to turn face? Because she, like, had a big smile and was like, hello, everybody. And then, of course, she dropped her smile and was like, I've been here for 7 days and I am tired. Give me a title shot.
Right, give it to me now. I love that she's just, like, hard Veruca Salt in it. Like, I want it now. Like, yeah, you are this character. You're right. You're really good at this.
You know what bothered me, though? Having watched Talking Smack, and it's mostly because Daniel wasn't there, and Daniel is good with the heels, but, like, the 3 people on Talking Smack this week were all heels, and they were all giving babyface promos, and they were being treated like babyfaces. It was fucking weird.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Like, Charlotte was, like, smiling and, like, well, I am, like, you know, second nature, haha, wink, wink, I'm the best. Is anybody surprised? Smile, smile, buddy, buddy with Shane. It was so weird.
No, I don't like that.
And she was like, I respect Naomi, but, like, I'm the queen. And I was like, this is not...
Eye roll.
What is the point of this show right now?
Yeah, it's...
Talking Smack was a mess this week.
Yeah. I know Daniel's probably off having his fucking baby or whatever, but, like, good God.
Yeah, fuck that baby. Just kidding.
Fuck that baby.
I can't wait to see what that baby looks like.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm very happy for them. But at the same time, like, figure out someone other than Shane to put on the show. Like, literally anybody else. Have AJ co-host the show. Have Kevin co-host the show. Have Shane out there and have one of them be a third host. Like, no. Shane just isn't good at that.
Honestly, fucking have Corey do it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's on Raw.
Yeah. Well, he's there for
205
Live, but, like, he...
That's true.
He can't do that.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But anybody but Shane.
Have fucking Byron do it. Like, Byron's a big-ass babyface. Like, put him on there to have the heels make fun of him. Like, they can do that. Like, that would also work very well. He's there.
Fucking Kofi is hurt, so have the fucking New Day co-host.
Just have Kofi co-host. Like, he just broke his knee.
Just have Biggie in the background staring at people and gyrating.
Yeah, hey. I agree. Like, they have a whole slew of other people they can use, like...
Anybody else.
Anybody else. Literally anybody else would be better at this.
Anyway, she delivered a great promo, and then Naomi came out and was like, oh, you want to fight? Let's fight right fucking now.
I also like, too, how she was like, you're out here begging for this. Like, you're right, she is begging for this.
Yeah.
Like, she is giving this Veruca Salt heel promo, but that is what she's doing. She is out here begging for a title shot. Like, why haven't you given this to me? And, like, to see Naomi be like, sure, bitch, whatever, fine, I'm gonna do this. And you're right, like, right now. Let's fucking do this right now. I wish they had just done it
Me too, because the way that Shane came out and set it up, even Nick, who is, like, a casual fan, was like, oh, so Charlotte's gonna win then. And I was like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Did not think that Charlotte would win fucking clean, though.
Well, sort of. She did kick her in the spine during her finisher. I think that's part of it, is that Naomi did not hit her finisher, and that was, like, that's the setup for it could go either way. And also, like, they always win. That
is not a dirty move, though. Like, not hitting your finisher and then not getting hit by somebody's finisher and then hitting your finisher very strongly.
Yeah.
Is not winning dirty. Like, and then on fucking SmackDown, she even said, I'm the dirtiest player in the game. Really? Because you just won fucking clean over the champ.
Yeah, I mean, it's poor sportsmanship. She won
clean over the champ after beating the shit out of Naomi the whole time. Naomi barely had a rally. This match pissed me off so much.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I'm fine that Charlotte
Naomi
won.
had a good little rally in the middle, but she should have had
the length of the match and how much she got her ass kicked. For the rally to be so little and then to lose, that made her look like a weak champ.
Yeah.
It just made me so mad. And, like, I was fine. I was like, it's not the cleanest match. I think Charlotte and Naomi will get there together. They just haven't wrestled one-on-one a lot, especially, like, I'm fine with that. I was okay with that because it was still, like, entertaining. Yeah. And they're still both very athletic and they're fun to watch. They're both good wrestlers. The like character arc and the storytelling in this match made me so furious. Like how weak Naomi looked as a champ, especially how strong she looked at the beginning of the show. That was bullshit.
You know, I totally see what you're saying, and I agree in mostly with what you're saying. I didn't feel at the end that Naomi looked like a weak champion at all, honestly. I felt like
How could you not?
Because I think that you're right that Charlotte, like, beat the shit out of her a lot, but, like, the match was sloppy enough that I wasn't really bothered by the fact that the in-ring storytelling wasn't great, because they were calling it the whole time. That's part of the thing, is that they have no chemistry together. And so it was, like, it wasn't great, and I disliked that Charlotte.
She should have won.
Listening to what you're
cheating.
saying, I agree. It felt like it was supposed to be her cheating. It wasn't her cheating. I agree with what you're saying, but it felt like a very dirty move. Like that. It was designed to feel very.
I didn't even notice the kick to the spine. I bet a bunch of people didn't.
Oh, I definitely noticed it, and I also watched that match a second time, and I think maybe that's it. It was a pretty fucking brutal, like, fuck you. It almost felt like a kick in the dick. It was like, I'm doing this as a dirty move because I know that it's gonna look really nasty. And, like...
But it's not an illegal move. It's not a dirty move. It's not a kick in the dick.
Yeah, I know. And I agree with that. And I think that they could have been well served by Charlotte doing something else in addition to that, like putting her thumb in her eye and then kicking her in the back. Like, that would have been a good sequence. But also, Naomi was the one calling this match. And, like, that's Naomi's fault for not saying, like, I need a better rally right now. Like, that was maybe also why I didn't mind it that Naomi came out looking the way she did, because Naomi was the one who was calling it.
It was
the
weird.
Whole time.
I didn't like it. Especially, like, Naomi Naomi should just be the champ.
Yeah, and I hope that this means that she is going to beat Charlotte.
Yeah, and I want an extended feud between Charlotte and Naomi. I would like to see them get there. I would like to see the chemistry develop. I feel like in many ways, like, they could have a really great feud. They just need to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And I also feel, though, like, I hope that that Naomi beats Charlotte at Backlash. And then when Charlotte does win, she does have to cheat to win. I feel like that's a good extension of this too. Like, hopefully. I got cocky because I beat you. Or
Charlotte's just gonna win because that's what Charlotte does.
That's true. Charlotte does always win. Like, it would be shitty, but, like, they hot potatoed the fucking Raw belt. Why not hot potato the fucking SmackDown belt at this point? Like, I don't know. I hope that she doesn't beat her, but I mean...
there is a huge possibility that Natty and Carmella and Tamina are gonna, like, get involved. Because they're like, we're bad guys, and we don't like you, and they just, like... I love that they just kept staring at her, and she was like...
They said they had a plan, too.
Get out of my way. Yeah. And then she just, like, wooed in their face and was like, I'm Charlotte, leave me alone.
Yeah, and I didn't think that the first time that I watched it, but rewatching that match right before I came over here, that that's very much what it felt like. Like, they implied very heavily they have this plan. Like, the three of them are clearly united.
But
as this front.
I want Naomi to stay out of the plan. I want her to be completely like babyface.
I don't think that Naomi is going to be involved in the plan. I don't think that their plan has anything to do with Naomi. I think
all about Charlotte.
It's all about fuck you, Charlotte, for being like this. And I also feel like the three of them together present a front, like, the three of us will take down Charlotte and then one of us can beat Naomi by ourselves.
Right.
Like, that feels like their mentality behind it. And that works. And, like, that's strong storytelling for all of them. And they need something to do with Tamina, too. Like, this is a good excuse for that. Also, I would love to see Legend Father versus Legend Father, because they fucking love to do that, with Tamina and Charlotte. Like,
that would
I want
be
to
great.
see Charlotte, I want to see Tamina
if they let
come back.
Tamina, like, actually wrestle.
Yeah, absolutely. But it feels like that time where, like, they are allowing women to do that. So, like, this is a good time for her to do that.
Yeah. There was a 6-man number 1 contendership match.
For the fucking world title. Like, what the fuck? It feels very much like they just switched the belts. Like, the world title is now the mid-card belt, and the United States Championship it was the main event. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. I was shocked that the Naomi Charlotte match wasn't the main event, actually.
I was surprised.
The way that they set it up.
Yeah,
I was shocked about
I thought it was going to be the main event.
Me too.
And they just, like, threw this match in the middle of the card, too. But it does make sense. Like, they needed to do something.
Yeah, no, I get it.
AJ.
But, like, the way that they set it up. Like,
yeah. But because it wasn't a championship match, too, I think that was part of it.
Right.
Because this was the number 1 contenders match for both of them. How do you feel about Jinder winning? I am mixed about it.
I am really excited to see the Bollywood boys.
I am, too.
I really like the Bollywood boys.
I was very confused when they came out because JBL called them Primo and Epico.
Because JBL was dumb.
Because he's a fucking idiot. And it was really confusing because the Primo and Epico are new to SmackDown and have this new look. And I was like, oh, did they just put their shirts on?
And they're not being called the Shining Stars anymore.
No, they're not. They're just Primo and Epico. And so I was like, first of all, I don't think that that's them that you've said these names of. And they're in these shirts, though, so I'm, like, confused about what's happening. And I didn't realize that's who it was, because I was like, my brain now has this conflicting information. So I was glad that later, they brought it up and were like, here is who these people are. Yeah. That was very helpful.
It's just...
I'm excited to see them. They need new tag teams, too, so that's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually don't have a problem with Jinder being the number 1 contender, because they're not going to take it off of Randy. Yeah. So, like, why not give somebody who's never had the opportunity? Because, I mean, I would hate to see Sammy win and then, like, get squashed by Randy Orton.
Yes, exactly. And, he feels like he can take it.
Sammy felt like he was going to win the match, but got interviewed with Bollywood boys. That's, like, that works for Sammy's character, right?
Yes.
And, like, Jinder seems right now like a good placeholder until, like, AJ is going to go for the belt again.
Yeah.
And his body looks crazy.
He worked his ass off.
Yeah,
he has been working his ass off.
He's another person who has had a conflicting storyline on the main roster versus, like, Talking Smack. On Talking Smack, seems to be, like, a very likable, relatable, I'm working hard, I'm trying this, land of opportunities. And then on the show, he's like, I'm a dick that speaks a different language. You don't like me because I'm different. Which is a very tired thing. And also, Kevin Owens is doing it, and he's doing it better.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels very tired. Because with Kevin, it feels natural, and with Jinder, it's literally, fuck you, I'm diversity. And it's like, this is not why this works. Like, Kevin is nailing it because he's like, I'm also a shit-eating person. I have this shit-eating grin, and I'm from Quebec, and I'm your USA champion.
Also because Kevin is white.
Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right.
Kevin is from Canada, and he's Quebecois or whatever, but, like, Kevin is white.
Yeah, so it doesn't
So he's not, fuck you, I'm diversity. He's, fuck you, I'm
not American.
I'm not American, and therefore better.
Yeah.
Which is still a played old thing, but it's different. This is, fuck you, you don't like me because I'm brown.
Yeah.
But I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm brown. Like, it's like a weird, it's not okay.
It's very old white Republican.
And frankly, like, I kind of feel bad that that's Jinder's, like, gimmick right now. Like, this is the first time he's ever been a number 1 contender. Like, I don't care about him, but, like, you know, SmackDown is supposed to be the land of opportunities. Great. Like, fine.
Also, business decision. It was a business decision. They're expanding into India, and, like, they want Indian faces.
So you have the Bollywood boys, and you have...
It's a good business decision. Like, it was very confusing to us when Bo Dallas was getting his weird mini push. It's because they were using him in live shows to promote Chinese talent while they were expanding into China. And so that when they start using them more, that network will grow in that area. They're doing the same thing with India. Like, it's a very smart business decision. And we say we want people who work hard to get pushes. Like, Jinder's working his fucking ass off.
I'm fine with the push. I just don't want him to be bad guy because I'm brown.
Exactly. And
I don't even care if he's a bad guy, but, like, that can't be the reason.
Right. I think the story...
Honestly, the reason should be, like, I've been overlooked so long. Look how much I bust my ass.
Exactly.
Fuck you, I'm coming for you.
Exactly, which is what it feels like he's
Not
saying.
I speak two languages.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it feels like on Talking Smack. You're right, that it feels like that's the character that he's playing, like, I've worked my ass off, and so I deserve this. And it just feels very much like Vince McMahon is like, LOL, fuck you, diversity, we don't want to have to hire brown people because of whatever reparations that means, fuck la 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 la. That's what it feels like, is that Vince just shit this character out because he hates brown people. Like, that's really what it feels like, and, like, hates that he has to hire brown people. Which blows. And, like, Jinder's doing good wrestling. It's not like he's just shitting all over the ring.
He, in many ways, has earned this.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, if they trust him to be the face of their Indian brand, that says a lot about how they feel about him as well. Like, that's good. That's a good thing.
Just,
that they...
maybe develop the character a little bit.
Yeah, develop the character more so that when you get to India, people aren't like, fuck you. But it feels like the Bollywood boys are like that. They're heels, but it's not because they're brown that they're heels. They just are heels who happen to be brown. Like, that's the way to do that. Like, Arya Davari is a great example of that. Like, it's not that he is a heel because he's diversity and because he's brown.
He's a heel because he's rich.
Yeah, he's a fucking rich asshole, and he also happens to be brown.
And he's rich because he's Persian.
Yes, exactly. And so it, like, they're using that well together.
Because you can't pretend that somebody's not
right. Exactly,
like, wearing, you know, a headscarf. Like,
absolutely.
If you're gonna wear the headscarf, you have to probably talk about it.
Yeah, and so, like, I think they committed to it in the right way with Arya Davari, and because they have Mustafa Ali to balance that, where it's like, hey, we don't do this with all of our brown characters. Like,
well, they tried to, and then they like pulled back, which is great.
Yeah, they course corrected on it, and I think that that's the smart thing to do. And I think they need to course correct on Jinder's character in a lot of ways.
Why can't Jinder just be like for India, like India's John Cena? Like, let him be. He can be a bad guy in a different way. I don't know. Like, I feel like they really need a course correct on this.
Yes, I agree. And I hope that they do. And I hope that when their Indian market they're trying to appeal to pushes back on it, they're like, oh, fuck, yeah, we should probably figure this out. So I think that will happen at some point.
Oh, and then Randy Orton came out and was like, I'm staring at you, Jinder. And then Bray Wyatt was like, I'm creepy. Run.
Right?
I've liked Bray Wyatt's promo videos a lot lately, but then at the same time, I don't know. LOL, fuck you, Bray.
LOL, fuck you, Bray. And also, like, there are all these rumors that the House of Horrors match is not actually going to be in the ring. It's going to be shot like a movie, and it's going to involve a lot of video work, which makes sense for Bray's character. And also, since they're not putting the belt on the line, like, it does make sense that they would do this, like, super weird thing.
Edit it good.
Yeah, I'm worried, though.
Last time they did this, it was a mess.
It was a mess.
And Bray still lost.
Yeah, it's like...
He lost on his own compound, surrounded by his own family.
Yeah, they make weird choices with Bray, and that's part of it. I do have high hopes with this, at least, that before it was because they were trying to copy the broken videos, and they did a shitty job of it.
And really missed the whole point.
Missed the whole point of them, and, like, really fucked it up in a huge, massive way. I hope with this, because, like, the idea is to make them very fancy, and to make them, like, edit heavy, and to use their high-tech equipment, that they're doing it the right way this time. And so I hope that by committing to what it's supposed to be, they'll do a good job with it. I am curious to see what the fuck they do with this, and so I'm, like, interested in that. But, like, also, this is happening on a Raw pay-per-view. Like, why are we focusing any SmackDown time on this?
Because Randy Orton's on SmackDown.
And is the champion. It's very bizarre. Whatever.
Primo and Epico beat American Alpha. Whatever. There was a cool Nakamura video. There was a cool Ty Dillinger video.
Mm-hmm. It was a great introduction to Ty for people who had never seen him, too. I thought they did a great job with that. He's so charming.
He is. Kevin Owens had a squash match and then was like, I'm French, I'm better than you, French from French, I'm going to sit on commentary.
He told the guy, you're bad at this, get out of the ring. He's like, okay.
Kevin is great
Say
as always. And then there was, the main event was AJ versus Baron Corbin.
Yep.
And then AJ won, and Kevin was great on commentary. This match was long, AJ won.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't I did. This match was on TV, and I was not watching it.
I watched it twice, and I still don't really remember it that much.
I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm gonna zone out now.
Yeah, I don't care about this at all. It's fine. Like, it's fine. Also, it's weird because it's like, it didn't feel inappropriate that Baron was in this match because it's for the United States title, and that feels like an appropriate belt normally for Baron to be going after. And like, he and AJ fight together well, but also Baron can't take the Styles Clash, so I don't care.
I don't care.
Well, it was weird. Like, it felt like SmackDown was just weird. It had very weird energy this week.
It did. Raw was definitely better than SmackDown this week, which is rare.
Yeah, it is rare. So hopefully,
and there was no Becky.
Yeah, there was no Becky. There was an adorable photo of her
with her glasses.
Becky Lynch.
She's the best.
So cute.
Somebody wrote on her Instagram, because I was just looking at some of the comments, and somebody went, not a fan of the glasses. And I was like,
how dare you?
Who cares about your opinion?
Right? She looks adorable.
She looks super cute.
You love her.
Okay, so 205 Live. Open with Tozawa versus Tony Nese. Let's bring back the Peen Watch. Tony Nese.
Yeah.
And not even in like a traditional Peen Watch like Alberto Del Rio style where it's just flopping around. Just like, oh, okay. It's not even flopping around. It's just there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
There you go. Welcome to the Peen Watch, Tony Nese.
Tony Nese. It was a fine match. Kendrick came out and was rooting for Tony Nese in his Tony the Tiger pants. And then he got involved, and Tony Nese took the pin because he got involved. And so now Brian Kendrick has 2 enemies. Oh no.
Good. We can move people in opposite directions then.
Yeah. Everybody murdered Brian Kendrick.
Haha.
Swan came out and was like, oh, Foxy this, Foxy that. And then Gnome came out and was like, hey, don't send gifts to my girlfriend. And then...
What man interferes in another man's relationship? He said it like 3 times, and I was so like, funny. You're nailing this. This is great.
And then Alicia came out and was great.
Yes.
And was like, sorry, Gnome, you're gross and not good at sex.
Yes.
And you smell weird.
I hate your cologne.
I basically hate you. I was only with you because I liked gifts.
I was using you. And yeah, that makes me selfish.
Snap, snap.
Yeah.
Bye. Move it. Move your boot. See you later.
I love it.
And he was like, so like, because like Gnome is a little dude, but like he just like shrunk and was like, oh,
yeah.
I hate when you say Alicia Fox. Which is sad because now I don't hear that anymore. And then she was
Unless
like...
he taunts her with it.
Yeah, that's true. And then Alicia was like, oh, you, Rich Swan, I like my gifts. And like, I guess I'll give you a reward. And she went to kiss him. And he was like, your reward is that you're a hoe, basically.
Yeah. I love that, actually.
Remember my friend Cedric Alexander? You broke his heart, even though technically he broke up with her, but whatever. Potato, potato.
Whatever. He's a babyface. He had his heart broken. I liked it. I thought it was a good...
I only liked it because Alicia's freak out at the end was the best, though.
I loved it.
You what? What does that even mean?
I loved it.
Like her just leaning over the ring, right. Like she's almost gonna fall out, just screaming at the audience. You what? You what?
What does that even mean? I loved that. I thought it was great that she just so leaned into it. Like
literally.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with Alicia Fox now, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if she is gonna remain as part of 205 Live, or... It
did feel like I don't know. I feel kind of unsatisfied by the storyline, so I hope something else happens.
Yeah, I hope that it isn't just left hanging like that, but I felt like it was a nice bow on the idea of her and Cedric, that they just like... He just disappeared because he was injured, and like they just never wrapped that up. So it was nice that this was like, this is the little button that we're gonna put onto this, and this will be like this little milestone in this storyline. And they like.
I just hope Foxy is gonna do something after this.
I would love to see her grab somebody else on the roster and be like, I'm with this person now, and fuck you. That's a very sensational Sherry thing to do, to be like, fuck you, no one breaks up with me, I pick this new person.
Single is better.
Yes.
I can do what I want, I can dance where I want. I was like, who is stopping you from dancing, Alicia? It's so funny. She's so great.
Yep.
There was a match between Ali where they kind of more premiered his like Persian prince type thing.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Mm-hmm. And as a character that he was doing kind of anyways on the indies.
Daivari, you mean?
Yeah. What did I say?
Ali.
Oh, yes.
Matches against
sorry.
Ali. Yes.
I have Ali and Davari, but like no space in between them. So like it just became
Just
one
one big
thing
word.
in my notes. But yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, I agree.
And if they're gonna, introduce him by way of Tehran, like, and they're gonna make it a point that like we're gonna remind you that he's Persian, this seems like a better way to do it.
Yes, I agree.
You're like, oh, we hate him because he's a rich dick, not because he's
right.
Persian.
Yes, exactly.
He happens to be a rich dick because this is a Persian stereotype, which, whatever, not great. But at least we don't hate him just because he's brown. We hate him because he's rich.
Yes, exactly. I totally agree. I think they're doing a good job with it.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with the way that they're using him. And I like him a lot. I think he's doing a great job.
I think he's doing a great job,
I
too.
really enjoy him. So, like, the more they use him, the happier I am.
Ali is doing great, too. They've been using him a lot. I think he does need to do something more character-wise. Like, he's been coasting a little bit because he's so good in the ring.
Yeah.
But he does need to, like, flesh out his character a little bit.
Well, I like his feud that he's having with Drew Gulak. I think that's
Right.
part of this, is that's helping to flesh this out.
No-fly zone, Drew Gulak.
Oh,
Shitty politician.
I love it.
Really?
I really, really love it. Because they did dick with him for
That's true.
a
He
long
was just
time.
angry and kind of sexist.
He just kind of like stomped around and hated Alicia Fox, and then his boyfriend Tony Nese broke up with him, and he was very sad and angry. I love this. Put him in a suit.
Boyfriend Tony
I love
Nese.
his dumb face. I love when he has
I
that.
do love his dumb
He
face.
has that big ass grin on his face, like, I did the right thing. I had this thing down. I nailed this. And I love Dasha being like, can you explain what just happened here? And he's like, I am gonna make this place better. And the universe is with me, which I thought was an excellent touch. It was a good heel move to be like, everyone wants this. I'm only doing what they want. And like,
Right.
no, don't. We all know that, Drew, that's not actually what people want, but you're doing a
Everyone
great job with
loves
this.
me.
He's doing a great job. And like, he's a great talker. Let him talk. Like, you don't have to teach him how to talk.
He wasn't a great they weren't using him in a way at the beginning because he was struggling a lot talking at the beginning
Yes.
of 205 Live.
Yeah, and like this is a good way to let him be charismatic, and he is very charismatic. Like, he was in Shakara for a long time for a reason. Like, he knows how to interact in that way. And like, let him do it.
Wasn't he in Shakara as an ant that didn't talk?
He also had an unmasked character.
Okay. And I was like, because that's not a great argument.
He learned how to talk with his body, Alexa and Stella. Damn it!
It's okay. Everyone knows my real name, too. Drama.
Anything else?
Yeah, there was the main event. TJ Perkins versus Austin Aries. Austin Aries seemed like he was, like, actually, like, not feeling very good. Because from the moment he walked out, I was like, are you okay?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Maybe I've just seen him wrestle a lot. He honestly, to me, looked sick. And he was like, I have to wrestle. I'm sick right now.
Ugh.
Like, he did it was, like, a fine match. And maybe he was just selling extra good. But I was like, I feel like he's not feeling great.
Yeah.
The part that TJ had a good moment. So Austin Aries won. Mm-hmm. And it was like a pretty brutal match because there was like a lot of, it just seemed like Austin Aries, it seemed like he was like maybe sick, but also his character was just like fed the fuck up.
Yes,
which
very
was
much
great. So the match had a lot of that, of TJ being like a shit and Austin Aries being like, I'm not fucking around right now, which was great. That was great. And so then Austin Aries won, and then Neville got mad, so started beating him up, and then TJ beat him up, and then TJ detonation kicked him, and then Neville put him in the rings of Saturn, and then TJ just sat there and stared at Austin Aries' face with like a shitty little grin, while Neville like looked like he was about to break his shoulder blades. Mm-hmm. That was a good moment.
It was like the best personality character work that TJ Perkins has basically ever done on.
Yeah, I mean, people
205 Live.
don't really seem to click with him. So if you're going to turn him into a heel, the heel that's just like the shitty little kid on Christmas is a good heel gimmick for him.
Yeah. And also he's like Neville's crony right now, which is a good role for him.
Agreed.
I loved him standing behind Neville and being like, what you gonna do? What you gonna
And
do,
literally
bro?
just like, ha 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 ha, back and forth, yeah.
Yeah, and like that fits for him, and I think that's a good use of him. And that's sort of who he was in the Cruiserweight tournament too. Like, that was the whole thing with the dab, is that he was kind of a shithead, and he did a good job of that. Like, he was the heel in the final match. Like, Grand Metalik was the babyface in that pairing. So like, to take him and then turn him into this bland ass video game good guy, like, just did not work. I want them to update his fucking theme music if they're going to turn him into a heel. There's lots of great heel video game music.
I was just going to say, I want it to still be video game music, but like Bowser music.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad we're on the same page about this. So I hope that they do that. But yeah, it was nice to see literally any personality from him at all.
Anything else? About anything?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, you can find us on the internet.
Yes, you can.
I'm at Stella_chicks.
I'm at Urgent C.
You can find us at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You can email us at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
You can rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Please leave us a review. I love reviews.
Yeah, we haven't gotten one in a minute.
I need them.
We need
for
one.
my life. You can find us on cagesidesteats.com. And that's it.
I think that's it. All right. Demi's.
Yeah. Wrapped it up real tight.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Kevin, for the grand prize of $1 million. What color is the White House?
I know this.
5 seconds.
Oh, switching to Geico could save you a bunch of money on car insurance?
Okay. Judges? That's true, Kevin. They'll allow it. Congratulations. You're a winner.
Woo!
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
George's Bank scallops are now at Bonefish Grill. The George's Bank off the coast of New England is known for its amazing sea scallops, and Bonefish prepares them just right. Grilled to perfection over a wood fire and served atop creamy Parmesan risotto. And start the night off with our new handcrafted happy hour every day from 4 to 6:30. Enjoy signature cocktails like our tropical tiki martini for just $5, and new bar bites like ahi tuna poke are just $6. So come in tonight and discover what's new at Bonefish Grill.